Leaders from major shipyards to rail yards are in Utah today looking for solutions to the broken supply chain. They believe Utah's inland port could play a central role. News specialist Mike Anderson joins us live to explain why.
Yeah, Dina, some of those solutions are already underway. About 100 shipping containers made its way to Utah, arriving Friday by train. But many of these industry leaders say that much more needs to happen to get our supply chain running the way it should be. To get more of these containers here in Utah and around the region, some major hitches in the supply chain need lasting fixes.
Today's supply chain is very visible, some would say too visible. And the way it's manifesting itself is the 100 ships at anchor, containers piling up in the terminal, store shelves empty.
We have the pandemic to blame, but industry leaders at a panel hosted by the Inland Port Authority all agree it's now on them to work together and find solutions.
It always was running sort of at that ragged edge. We were always having congestion issues when I was at the Port of LA. There were always trucker shortages. The turn times were always too slow.
And now a broken supply chain is forcing some modern day solutions. Many of those here today believe Utah's inland port will play a key role getting containers on trains by the hundreds at a time rather than on semis.
We can reduce the number of trucks coming this way. Those numbers that were cited earlier, 90% of the containers that leave the LA basin are coming via truck. We can put more of those on rail. We can clean up our air.
But all of this is still just a start.
All of a sudden, our industry is forced to have to work together.
The disruption to our supply chain is painful for many people and businesses along the chain, but these industry leaders believe we'll come out stronger and more efficient in the end.
It's a horrible thing to have happen, but it did bring into sharp relief the problem with our supply chains, with our logistics networks, the way they work now.
And this is likely the first of many of those discussions to happen. They say the idea is to get things running more efficiently and more cost effective than they were before the pandemic. Back to you.